All right, guys, I am back, and today we are going to be making this cute little thing, and this is a special request from Jacqueline. So thank you for Jacqueline for the challenge. It was really fun to try to create a little gift that didn't have binding like the awl and the threads and things like that. So yeah, let's get started. When all through, it measures 4 by 8, so that will still fit, I think. Don't quote me, we'll try this. This will still, I'm using one of the envelopes that the lovely Lori sent me. I think, oh, it's a little bit big for this envelope, but it would definitely fit in one of your other little mailers, and I'm not sure where I put that mailer. The only other one I have here already has an address on it, so it's just let's see if I can, so it would fit easily in one of these mailers here. Okay, and then that way, if you did do the bigger mailer, I'm thinking it's going to be roughly about $4, depending on where you're at and where it's going to be shipped to. It might be a little bit less. I might be over exaggerating that price a little bit, but at that point, then you can decorate it up just a little bit more. This will probably be a 2-part video, Thursday and Friday, because I try to keep them around 30 minutes. That way it's easier for me to load, and then it doesn't get you guys overloaded. So let's just build it. And then the second video, then we'll go ahead and decorate it, okay? All right, so to start, you can use any cardstock that you want. And if you don't have colored cardstock like this, or don't have access to it or whatever, that's okay. Everybody usually has, if you have white, use white cardstock, and then use wrapping paper. Everybody usually has some sort of wrapping paper. You can cover the pages and then layer your plain pieces of paper. If you don't mind white, then you can always use your inks to add some festive colors, like if you had red or green. Or when I very first started, I used to take a little bit of food coloring and a Q-tip and very lightly go around the edges to add the blues. If you're going to do that, though, you're going to need to let it dry thoroughly before you try to add like glues and stuff like that. If not, it's going to smear everywhere. Okay, or if you have an 8x8 paper pack, you can definitely do that. So this idea is kind of derived from a couple of different sources. Mostly Amy at Crafty Cat, and then a little bit from Gail, Gail Augustinelli. Gail last week did this really cool pocket that she had kind of seen on Amy's, and then Amy does a hinge journal. So this is kind of loosely, I mean, I guess it could be kind of considered a hinge journal type. We're going to put it together in a similar fashion. So I start out with 8x8 pieces, okay? And you're going to need 6 of them. And of course, if you've made the first one and you think, oh, you know what, it could be built a little bit thicker, by all means, go right ahead and build them a little bit thicker. And then, let's see, should I give you all the measurements up front, like before we get started in there? So for what I'm doing, you're going to need about, I think, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to need 12 pieces of paper, white, or this is that parchment I get at Office Depot. And I've cut them at 3.5 by 7.5, I believe. Yep, 3.5 by 7.5. And then your offshoots of what you cut off your 8.5 by 11 papers, those you want to make sure they're about 3 by 7, okay? And then I've cut pieces to go on there, and you'll need 6 of those, I believe, 5 or 6. You'll need it at 6.5 by 2.5, okay? Okay, So just set all that aside for a second. We're going to work on the base here. And I picked 2 colors. You don't have to do that if you know, this is, again, just your imagination can run wild with this. Okay, we're going to score at 4 inches. If you don't have a scoreboard, just fold your paper in half, okay? The things I used to use before I had a score tool, like a bone folder is what they call these. It's not actually made out of bone, which confused the heck out of me when I first started, okay? Is I used a plastic, like a thicker plastic knife, like a plastic knife, but then I sanded down the edges, or I used the other side of it, okay? But most scoreboards these days come with this little bone folder tool here. And I think even, and I'm kind of going off on squirrel moments here, but most of them, yep, most of them on the back side has a place for you to store your score tool when you're not using it. Mine never end up back in their proper tool things, and they should, because most of the time I get them lost. Okay, another thing I wanted to kind of tell you is now, see, this is the score mark that we just did. Mountains become valleys and valleys become mountains. So instead of folding it up this way along with the crease, I'm going to flip it over, and there's my mountain, right? There's a little bit of a ridge right there. I'm going to take my paper and fold it in this direction. It ends up giving you a nice crisp line, okay? Okay, so you're just going to bone fold all of these down. It looks like my mat's in need of another scrub down. I don't know how many more times I'm going to be able to scrub it down and have it like function, because it seems like it gets dirtier faster and faster the more I scrub on it. So I don't know. I've put it on my Christmas wish list for Paul and the kids, so we'll see. I finally picked the one I want, so we'll see. They may take matters into their own hands and just get something different, which I would totally be happy with too. My family's usually pretty good about picking presents for me. They usually end up getting me those presents I never knew I wanted, but totally love. So I do miss those days where they used to make me stuff at school. You moms out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Those sweet little gifts that they would make. Drawings, cards. I do miss those days. All right, so we need to decide what color our cover is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and just stick with the red because, oh, I didn't tell you. I got this from Crafty Cat USA, her new woodland Christmas kit. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and I'm going to have to refer back because I'm not always great at that. Okay, so this side we don't need to cover. This side we do. And since I'm inking mine, this is how I mass ink my papers. I like doing it. I think it looks just fine. So I stack it all together, and then I not accordion, but I kind of flare it out like you would like napkins or like playing cards, trying to keep most of it even, like so. And then I hold it firmly, take my ink, okay, then I move to this side, and sometimes it works beautifully, and then sometimes I do have to go back through and kind of touch the ends again. So I'm just catching all those little ends there. So I know I have been talking a whole lot about the project, and I didn't even inquire. I hope you guys are all doing well. We are. getting ready for Thanksgiving like everybody else. Yeah, crazy times we're living in, huh? Okay, now what I'm going to do. Oh, and I guess I should be a little more specific. If you guys are doing like wrapping paper, don't forget most wrapping papers have a back side to them that have like the line, like the squares and the grids. That would work great instead of these. And then I know you guys see me use a lot of graphics, but an alternative to those graphics would be like packaging, like Christmas packaging. You can get cool little designs. Like it would take me a second, but from like yesterday's video, some of that packaging, there was some like ribbony type things on there. We could totally cut that down and use that as part of the page decorations. Okay, another good thing about this specific one is it doesn't have any coffee or tea dye, which we all know that those are quite acidic, and it would take quite a bit of, or like if you were to put actual pictures right next to them, over time, the acid would end up eating your photos. And off a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here, and did I put my punch away? Nope, I just set it aside. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to cut a little thumb hole in it, okay? And we're just going to line it up as best we can. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink that right there. And I'm going to take my glue. And I don't know that glue specifically would matter per se. I use the art glitter glue because it's fast and it's quick, and that's what I need on camera. My favorite glues are art glitter glue, the glue stick you just saw me using, Aleene's in the brown bottle, not the clear stuff. I don't particularly like that one. Okay, so we're making a pocket here. Okay, now we're going to do our best to line these two up as best as you can. And no worries if you're over on the green a little bit, like my prototype. I was over on the green a little bit, which is fine. I just trimmed it off at the end, okay? Really make sure that's down and sealing, okay? Okay, now I need to put one. Where do we need to put one? Sorry, I'm going to have to refer back. So that one had one. That one has one. Okay. And you don't have to ink either, but if you like that look, absolutely do that. And don't forget your wrapping papers. Those little images, like the Santa Clauses and like the Merry Christmases and all those, you can fussy cut those out. That is absolutely something you can do to use decoration. You could use Christmas stickers. You could just use just about anything. Okay, now I am going to change what I did in my prototype up just a little bit, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I am going to go ahead and take and do a side pocket instead. And that means I might have to alter my tag just a little bit. But the reason being is that the top of the pocket, like having them all at the top, creates a little bit of bulk once you put a tab on your paper. Okay. So okay. So see right here, it's a little bit bulkier. So I'm going to change out the bulk and add some side pockets here, okay? So we're going to take our next green piece, and this is going to be glued to this, okay? Like so. Same fashion. So we're not going to put one of our cream papers there. And the pocket is going to be, I'm just going to go and punch it now. It's going to be on this front side here, okay? So I'm just going to eyeball it. Make a little clip there. If you don't have a punch, don't get frustrated there. All you have to do is take something round like this and just trace your little circle in there, okay? These I got at the dollar store. So yep, just trace your little circle in there and then just hand cut them. And then if you have any little ridges, just take a little bit of sandpaper, like a nail file, and just kind of file it down, okay? Okay, so we're not going to do this side, but we're going to do this side and this side, okay? And I might have to have you guys hold on for a second. I just got a new order of glue sticks in. I cannot believe it. I literally went through like 18 sticks in like a week and a half. How crazy is that? Paul sure thought it was nuts. He's like, you're ordering glue again? Didn't you just order glue in? Didn't you just tell me it was a winter's worth? And I was like, well, I mean, yes, I did. And it really was supposed to be like a winter's worth of glue, because I did order all the glitter glue I thought I would need. But now I'm freaking out a little bit, thinking, maybe I should have ordered like 2 more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over and get us a new glue stick. Anyways, yep, so I had to order more glue stick in. For a new glue page, I think. All right, so then the next one, remember we're doing a side pocket. So on this one, I'm going to put glue around this top edge, the spine edge, and down here, okay? And now comes one of the hardest parts, I think. Is lining these 2 up, because it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the journal. Okay. Yep, I'm loving that side pocket there. If you get a little glue there, just wipe it off. Okay, now we're going to do a red one here, and we're going to go ahead and glue it like a top pocket again. Okay, so then we would need not this side, but these 2 sides. Let me get a new glue page, and actually talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds while I run to the cabinet real quick and grab that glue stick. Sorry about that, guys. Crisis averted. Oh, Gracie must forget that we can hear her singing. Well, right now she's humming, so. Oh, and I might not have cut enough pieces, so that might be, I don't know, we'll just have to see. We will just have to see, won't we? Okay, I'm going to snip at the top again. Okay, so then I'm going to put my glue here, here, and here. Okay, and again, this comes to that, got to be pretty spot on so that you're not getting a crooked spine, which again, we'll take care of all of that at the end too if we need to, okay? But the more accurate you can be here, the less the other part, you'll be able to see the other part, okay? And I'm off just a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. We're just going to keep moving. Okay. Now, oops, where are we? Where are we? Okay, we just did that one. Okay, so this one, okay, we got 2 more pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and line this one, and I'm going to cut my side punch on this one, okay? I got quiet on you, didn't I? Sorry, I was just thinking of some good stuff that's going on. Yeah, I just, you know what, I gotta tell you, like, I know I'm not going to say a whole lot about one of the upcoming things, but you guys are going to love it. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I just think there's so much beauty in the world, and I just wish for everybody that they just have a most magical time of year this year and just really enjoy the beauty that is them. I think we all just bring such a beautiful piece of ourselves to the world. And I really hope that people that are suffering this year really just find the light and love that resides in their souls. I think that's my Christmas wish for everybody this year. Is just, no matter how much it sucks, just know that you're loved. Somebody in this world loves you beyond measure, and you're worth it, right? I think that's the things I love most about Christmas, is just the beauty of the souls that are around us, you know, just the light of the people in your life, right? And it's not about the gifts, and it's not about all those things. Of course, that's definitely part of it, but just, yeah, I think a lot of times the magic that resides in us really comes out at Christmas time. And I love that. I love that for all of us. Okay, so the last one is the tall one. So again, I'm just going to line these pieces out. Get those glued. And I think sometimes some of us forget like how many lives we actually touch, even just like on a daily basis, you know, even being at home, even being in like lockdowns or quarantines or whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it. Like there's a part of you that can't be destroyed. And I really hope that everybody's nurturing that part and just enjoying the them that is, you know? Even on days where you think you don't matter, boy, you sure do. You matter. You have purpose, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clip that one again. At the top, not again, but clip this one like I did before. Okay, and again, I'm going to line it here, here, and here. You'll be super cute is if you did a bottom loading one. That would look super cute. With this particular one, the possibilities are pretty much endless. And again, you want to kind of try to line it up as best as you possibly can with the one before it. And if you're off a little bit, don't beat yourself up about it. It'll still look really cute. Okay. All right, see, I'm still even off just a tad, and you can kind of see some of the green going through. That's okay. That's okay. All right, let's decide which part of this kit we're going to use for the cover. No, we're not. We're going to I said we'd decorate in the next one, right? Okay, so let's get the basics for our pockets and our tags here. And they should, I was going to double check here. They should, all of these should fit in my side pockets like so. Yep, they do. And then they're a little short, but I think by the time we put in our little tab, it should be just fine. Okay, so set that aside for a second. Work on these. And I'll show you my rhyme and reason for how and why I'm making them the way I'm making them in just a minute. Nope. Looks like the sun went behind the clouds. I hope it didn't make the video really dark now. Looks like I didn't get those all inked really well. All right, so we are onto this. Just gonna bring these over, and we're gonna make quick work of this, right? Probably not, because then I'll get chit-chatting and, you know. It seems like I had more of these pieces cut. Maybe I didn't, because I need a total of 12, or 10 actually. And I goobered it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go and get another one here. Okay, so that one's done. We'll set that aside for a minute. Man, I got quiet. I think it might be because Grace is doing her schoolwork and I hear her clattering away. And so my mom's ear is like listening a little bit. She should be going to lunch here soon. which means I can go to lunch. Oh my God, I am such a goob. All right, so I got an order for a little golden book out of my Etsy shop over the weekend. I was packaging it up this morning. And I pulled some of the journals out. I usually keep them all like in a plastic, like they're in there. Once I get done with the journal, I put them in their plastic, and then I put them in a plastic tote. So like nothing happens to them, right? Because how bad is that when you like are trying to sell something and then it gets ruined, right? Well, that said, this journal, and I can show you now, look at what it did. This is from like the fire. So keep in mind, it was in this plastic and it was in a plastic bin. Look at what it did. Isn't that bizarre? I don't know. And so I thought that's the one that I had sold. And then so I contacted the lady and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Like it wasn't like that when it got loaded into the trailer back in October. But now like everything that I had in the shop with that fabric is like that. It's the weirdest thing ever. So yeah, I think I have everything out of the shop now that has that fabric on it. And I think I'm going to rework it. And the reason I'm a goober is because that's not even the journal she ordered. That's not the frosty journal she ordered. I was like, oh, talk about feeling dumb. Like, oh no. Yeah, here, thanks for your first order. Let me really be a goob, right? Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, your girl is kind of nutty that way. And I think we have enough to do right this second, because I do need to cut a couple more pieces for the last tag. So I'll probably do that off camera, but since we're already like this far along, I can just totally show you how they go in. And then when we come back for tomorrow, then we'll decorate it up. Okay, so we have 3. Okay, so then I'm gonna, and remember guys, especially new kids, you can use just about anything as a tab pull. Use packaging, like if you have some Christmas package things like, let me see if I can pull it, if it's like right on the top of the trash. I don't know if I'm going to find it right away. I don't want to keep, oh, here it is. Okay, so that ornament we used yesterday, you can totally take this down and recycle this little ornament piece, and then you have a really cute ephemera piece, right? So those of you that are new and don't know fussy cutting, which I think a lot of people already do, you can leave it like this, or you can kind of bring it in and kind of fussy cut down around the edges a little bit, like so. You can use old Christmas tag labels, like if you find a bag that had somebody, you know, to from tag in there, you can use something like that. Like that, see? Now it comes a really cute little ephemera piece, and we'll just set that aside and we'll use it in this journal in decorating. So anyways, okay, back to the tabs here. Oops, sorry, I totally just jostled you, I bet. All right, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces because I end up getting 2 per strand, per thing I cut, I should say. I'm almost positive I cut enough of those last night. They must be like strewn around somewhere. But then again, it was like 1 a.m. So, you know, there's that. And I have the little tiny Tim Holtz attacher, but you absolutely do not have to have one of those. I made a regular stapler work for a good many years. It wasn't until my friend Sammy sent me one for my birthday. Okay. That's, yeah. So I'll probably take those out when we decorate them, but I want to make sure I give you a good idea of where we're going with all this. And before I let, oh, excuse me. Oh, hiccups and burps today. Wow. That is so great, isn't it? I bet you guys are really enjoying that, huh? Actually, I think I'm going to go down just a tad. And that slides right in there, like so. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one so that that's one more step done. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use that one. No, I'm not. I will use them just in a different project. Also, I would watch the after sales of Christmas, because that's where I end up getting a lot of my supplies for not a lot of money. Like, I'm pretty sure I got this ribbon. Nope, this was Dollar Store ribbon, but I got a lot of my Christmas ribbons on clearance, like the 90% off sales after Christmas. Okay, that's my favorite time to shop for little Christmas stuff. So yeah, you can do whatever you'd like there. Okay, and I think I have 3 more pockets, or 1 more pocket. I have 1 more pocket to fill. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I only have 4 in here? 4, 5. No, I have 5. What did I do? Oh, haha, one of the pages was stuck. So I actually have 2. So I do have 5. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. So I'm going to take a break, go do 2 of those little tags, or 3. 2. Do 2 of those tags off camera, and then when I come back, we will decorate this up, and I will give you some more alternatives to like not having all the supplies. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.